Good morning, team. How are you? Hope you're fine. Welcome back from the weekend. Hope you used the weekend in a fruitful way, that there is return in revenue, because every day we are salespeople, we are working capital wherever we are. I want to thank God that He has given us another opportunity to face today fresh, alive, and kicking. I'm back on the training forum. I want to start from where we stopped last time. The last time we trained, we stopped at endowment assurance with profits. I talked about endowment assurance with profits, the good side, how you can sell it, the best out of endowment assurance with profits. That's what we discussed, and hope you used the product very well. Hope you talked to people about it. Hope you got refreshed. Endowment assurance with profits is a very sellable product. If you have a positive attitude towards it, if you understood it, you can sell it very well and people can understand you easily because it's easily understood. But to recap, in summary, endowment, I said, when someone buys endowment, they are putting their money aside on a monthly basis, or they are saving their money. 2, we are investing it, and 3, we are giving them a life cover. And I say the life cover means that in the policy term, the period this client is saving their money with us, in case they become critically ill and they had a critical illness rider, it means we provide them some money to take care of their critical illness. In case they have a permanent disability rider, we'll give them, and they become permanently disabled, we'll give them some money to take care of their permanent disability. If they pass away, then their family their beneficiaries will be given money to take care of them. But still, even if they do not suffer any risk and the policy term is done, whatever they have saved plus the accrued bonuses will be given back to them. What you call the sum assured plus the accrued bonus will be given back to them. That is in brief. As long as the client is between age next birthday 20 years and 55, they qualify for an endowment assurance with profits. And the policy terms, I said, it's 10 years. Someone can have a policy for 10 years, 15, 20 years, and 25 years, as long as the client is between that age bracket. That is endowment assurance with profits. We talked about all the good things about the endowment. Hope you remember and hope you understood them. You can always listen to the videos so that you can re-energize, listen until you feel you are perfect to it. You can sell it well. Hope you understood that. Now, today, I want to talk about what people would say the bad side, or the terms and conditions of endowment assurance with profits. The terms, the don'ts, the impacts of breach of contract. I'll repeat, endowment assurance with profits, it's a policy. It's a contract between the life assured and the company or the insurer. So if it is a contract, it means it's legally binding. And if it's a legal contract, if it's legally binding, it means there are terms and conditions and there are parties that play roles. This contract is between 2 parties, the insurance company and the life assured. So these 2 parties have to play a role for each benefit we've talked about to be achieved, So the 2 parties, the life assured and the insurance company, I want to talk about their roles in this contract. I want to talk about their roles. So for this contract to be legally binding, I've talked about 2 parties playing a what? A role. So the first party, who is the life assured. What is the role of the life assured into this contract? 1, the life assured has to consistently pay the premiums. If this client say they'll be paying per month, they have to pay every month their premiums. If they say they will be paying quarterly, they have to pay pre-quarterly before they enter into the 3 months, meaning they're paying 3 months ahead every quarter. If they say they're going to be paying annually, they pay a year they enter into, not a year after. If they say half yearly, it means they're paying 6 months ahead. So their role is to consistently pay their premiums. Premiums, this is what the clients pays to the insurance company, or what you call the monthly installments, or quarterly installments, or annual installments, or half-yearly installments. Then the other party, which is the insurance company, its role, if the client has made his or her payments consistently within the policy term, the insurance company is supposed to compensate in the event of a risk. In case a client had a critical illness rider and suffers a critical illness, the insurance company has to pay money to take care of their critical illness. In case the client had a permanent total disability rider and suffers a permanent total disability, the insurance company has to pay. In case the client passes away, the insurance company has to pay the beneficiaries. It is very important. It has to pay as long as the client has been paying his monthly premiums. And in case the policy matures, comes to an end, the insurance company has to pay the sum assured plus the accrued bonuses. Hope we have understood that. So each party has to play a role for this contract to be successful. And if any party breaches the contract, let me say the person does not pay their terms and conditions, their impacts, negative impacts on both parties. If the insurance company refuses to pay, yet it agreed that if you pay its premium, it will pay, the person has to go to an arbitration or even the courts of law. But if the client doesn't pay, these are the terms and conditions. Now, I want to use an example of an endowment for 10 years. If someone chose an endowment for 10 years and has been paying on a monthly basis, but before the policy makes 3 years, God forbid, this person stops paying his premiums, breaches contract. Remember, before the policy makes 3 years, before the policy makes 36 months, remember the policy is for 10 years, the policy is for 120 months. But before the policy makes 36 months, or what we call 3 years, that is a danger zone for a client not paying his or her premiums. It's a danger zone. Assuming the client misses 1 month before the policy makes 3 years, again, when he misses 1 month, the insurance company will remind him, please, Mr. So-and-so, pay your premiums. Again, the client misses the 2nd month. Those are 2 areas now. Before the policy makes 3 years, still will write on the letter, please, Mr. Client so-and-so, please pay your premiums. Then the client misses the 3rd month. The policy goes into areas of 3 months. When we look out on this policy statement, we are seeing 3 months before the policy makes 3 years. The policy will automatically lapse. The policy will automatically lapse. What does lapsation mean? Lapsation means the client is off cover. If this client suffers any critical illness, when the policy is under lapsation, there will be no compensation. The insurance company will refuse to pay the money for critical illness. If a client suffers a permanent total disability, when the policy is lapsed, the insurance company will refuse to pay what it promised because there was a breach of contract. if a client passes away, when the policy is in a lapsation mode, we will not pay. And this client cannot come and say, I want my money back before the policy makes 3 years. So when a policy is between the first year to the 3rd year, we call it a danger zone. A client should never breach contract. The client has to consistently pay their premiums on a monthly basis. They should never exceed 3 months arrears. It is very important to note, because that is breach of contract. It means we cannot fulfill our promise. Remember, we have administrative costs, we have reinsurers to pay. And when we do not pay the reinsurers as we agreed, if it's within 3 months, they also put us off cover. So what if that client passes away? Where will we get the money to pay if the reinsurers are not in position to pay us? So it's very important to advise your clients to consistently pay their premiums. However, if this client goes into arrears when the policy is beyond 3 years, beyond 3 years, assuming it's out of the danger zone, assuming the policy is 4 years and above, then this client misses a premium a month without paying, we'll remind the client still. This client misses the 2nd month, we'll still remind the client. This client misses the 3rd month, we'll still remind the client. However, if it has gone into the 3rd month, it will automatically go into what we call a premium loan, automatic premium loan, APL. What does that mean? That we are lending this client money and we are paying to the reinsurers in order to keep her or him on cover. That in case he passes away, we will compensate the family, but less the arrears. And if it has accumulated any interest, with an unaccrued interest, a small accrued interest. That is, if the policy has exceeded 3 years and it goes into arrears, it would have gone into an automatic premium loan. But an automatic premium loan, it means we as ICA, we are lending this person money to keep her on cover, to pay to the reinsurer, to keep her on cover. That even if she passes away, her family can be compensated, but less the arrears. Hope you've understood that. Please encourage your clients to consistently pay. Consistently pay, so they don't go into arrears when the policy is within its first 3 years. Hope we've understood. Now, what if a client loses a job? You know, those are the questions that come in. What if this client, okay, yes, he would have wanted very well to pay his premiums within the first 3 years. What if he loses his job? Still, the policy will lapse, because the terms and conditions are the policy has to lapse because we have no money to pay to the reinsurers to keep him on cover. However, if this client in the long run gets back a job, assuming it's after 1 year, and the policy had already lapsed, we normally give these clients an opportunity to come back. How do they come back on cover? By either clearing their outstanding to 0 balance. If they cannot clear it to 0 balance, we can redate. There is something called redating. Assuming the client comes back, the policy had lapsed, but it had 12 months outstandings. This client can redate, can push the maturity extra 1 year and gets back to 0. Then he goes back and he keeps on paying his premiums on a monthly basis the way he was paying it to the insurance company. Our redating, actually, it's the best in the market, that we give an opportunity to a client to redate up to 36 months. Meaning, if a client, even if had arrears for 3 years and comes back and he has 36 months in arrears, we can give this client an opportunity to redate for 36 months. Push maturity. If his policy was supposed to mature in 2020, we'll push maturity for extra 3 years and he goes back to 0 balance. Then he comes back on cover. However, to redate a policy, to effect a redating of a policy, at least the client has to pay one commitment month fee to show that he has indeed come back seriously, that he is ready to continue with these policies. We tell him, please pay 1 month and redate the rest. Only 1 month. And he redates the rest, that existing month. Then we put back this client on cover. With some, we'll have to take them for medical check. If a client's arrears exceeds 12 months, we'll have to take them for medical checkups to ascertain the continuity of good health, because remember, their lives, they are our liability. So please inform the clients. However, a policy that goes into arrears beyond 3 years, it goes into an automatic premium loan. Then, something else you have to know. If someone has lost a job before the policy makes 3 years, I told you it's a danger zone, cannot come and say, I want my money back. My dear colleagues, it is impossible. Because remember, we pay money to the reinsurer. So how much that we pay commissions? How much does it remain in our pools? The first 3 years, the insurance company is operating losses. We can only compensate if there is a death, a critical illness, permanent total disability, not because I want my money back. They entered into a contract for 10 years. So in case they bleach, the terms and conditions, lapsation, I think I've talked about it, that is very clear. You have to note it. If the policy is beyond 3 years, it goes into automatic premium loan due to arrears. Hope you've understood that very clearly. However, if the policy has made 3 years and the worst has come to the worst and this client wants to cancel, if at least he has paid for 36 months, he can surrender. But surrendering does not mean that he's going to get all his money back. They'll give him a surrender value because there was a breach of contract. He entered into a contract for 10 years, 15 years, or 25 years. So if he has traveled 3 years and he's like, I do not have money anymore, I don't need my policy anymore. If he cancels the policy, he will only, after 3 years, he will only be given a surrender value. A surrender value does not mean that it's exactly what the client has put into the insurance company. It was a breach of contract. There are some expenses that were incurred, so they'll give him a surrender value that is as per the surrender value table. Normally, when you give a highlight, it's roughly 56% of what someone has put in, which is so small. So encourage your clients to oblige by the contract, to live by the contract, because it's a legally binding contract. Normally, what I advise my clients, in case they have reached 3 years and they want to cancel, I tell them not to cancel because there is an opportunity of a loan. Why not get a loan instead of losing your money? If it's a financial loan, because the problems for money you are saving for in 10 years, 15 years, they are not away. If you are saving this money for a child to go to the university, still the child does not stop. You need to go to him. So you need money now and you need money in the future. And remember, we say for a dream to come to reality, we have to sacrifice. I don't know whether you remember that very well. So encourage your clients to sacrifice, to be patient. That's why we put hard terms and conditions so they do not lose their dreams. So a surrender value is really very small. And otherwise, you can encourage a client to get a loan if the worst, if the issue is about money, and then they pay the loan back in 2 years with an interest rate of 16% annually. Hope you've understood that. Then another third option, it is because the policy can go to what we call a paid up policy. A paid up policy. Paid up, what does paid up mean? Sorry, that was an interruption. A paid up policy, this is what it means. That in case this client's policy has reached 3 years, he's tired of it, he doesn't want to lose his money, doesn't want to surrender because there is a loss, he can convert the policy into a paid up. It means he's not paying any premiums to the insurance company. The insurance company will reduce the sum assured to a small sum assured equivalent to how much he has been accumulating. Then it leaves it into the insurance company, the client leaves it into the insurance company, and this money keeps on being invested without expecting any more premiums from the client until the policy makes 10 years and they compensate him or her the reduced sum assured plus the accrued bonus. Or even if he passes away after 3 years, the family is compensated a reduced sum assured. Or in case he becomes critically ill, the family is compensated a reduced sum assured of a critical illness rider. Hope we've understood that. So instead of a client surrendering, they can convert the policy into a paid up policy. That is, if the policy has made 3 years. However, the client doesn't just sit and hold, now at least I've reached 3 years, it will automatically be converted into a paid up. No, the client has to write to request the policy to be converted into a paid up if he has no any more premiums to pay, or he has lost his job, or he has lost interest but doesn't want to lose his money, he can convert the policy into a paid up policy. However, those are the terms and conditions. There are no other hidden terms and conditions. This client has to consistently pay his premiums, and also the insurance company will pay all the benefits it has promised. That is it. Thank you so much for listening to me. Tomorrow we are going to handle a triple pay back. Hope you tell the clients the truth. Please tell them all these terms and conditions from the inception. It is very important. Have a good day. Bye.